Hello there, welcome to another great video game ideas not used video, GVGINU for short. As always, I'm Andre, and it is a pleasure to share my thoughts with you. I know you guys can't really see me much because I'm driving, but that's okay. That's not the most important thing here. And it's night, so yeah, it's kind of dark, obviously. But I just got through watching Mizzah Tee's video about what he would do if he was Nintendo, and I've got to say, I agree with his points. I undoubtedly agree with his points. I mean, it's so hard to look at what Nintendo's doing with the Wii U, and I mean, they've put a lot of potential into the system. If you haven't seen my video about the untapped potential of the Wii U, check that out. Check it out, seriously. It'll probably open your mind up to a lot of things that can be done with the console with their quote-unquote lack of power put into it. Just from what I've seen that they have implemented and put into it. Heck, there was even somebody who, in the comments section of Mizzah Tee's video, talked about having the handheld and the home console linked. Nintendo's already done that. That's the thing nobody knows. I mean, not nobody knows. Obviously, I know it. I'm a no one, obviously. But not a lot of people know about it, so Nintendo doesn't utilize it, and none of the third parties do either. Like, that's why I'm like, you have these tools, you set them up and put them in place, use them, put them to work for you. Why do you put so much potential into your console and then not use it? I think that's what irritates me most. But I'm getting way off of what I was trying to say. Mizzah Tee, great video, by the way. But I'm just thinking, like, you know, Nintendo, you guys, you have your fans' support. We're always going to support you as long as you show us that you are worth supporting. And for most of us, you have. Other than, I'm sorry, but Nintendo does have a strong group of yes men. But so do Sony and Microsoft. Hell, even Valve has a group of yes men. You don't believe it, but they do. But the Nintendo Squared idea, I like that idea. I think that's actually a really good idea. But I'd like to elaborate on the whole achievements thing just a little bit. I think Gamer Nate had brought this up when he was talking about how Ubisoft does Uplay. What Nintendo could do, which Microsoft and Sony have failed to do for a home console, what your achievements that you make within the game should earn you Club Nintendo points. I mean, they don't have to be huge, dominant amounts. It's like nickel and diamond. Like, one achievement to give you 5 Nintendo points, another one might give you 10, 15, 20. Like, if it's something really huge in the game, like this difficult to do, yeah, drop 100 Nintendo Club points in there. Drop 100 on that one. That way, the points that they earn for playing the games can be utilized to get stuff for either within the game or to get merchandise from Nintendo. It's a win-win. I mean, yeah, it's going to be a little bit extra money going into it, but it's a win-win. It gives people incentive to, one, go ahead and purchase that service, along with the features that Mizzah Tee had already stated, like, you know, the party chat and the things like that, and it wouldn't hit Nintendo too hard because they would have their players paying into it. And if they undercut Microsoft and Sony at like $30 a year for it, $30 a year, because they wouldn't have to charge a whole lot for it. Let's drop it out there at $30 a year. Psh, you got my vote. I'm in on it. I'd do it. I would definitely do it. Like somewhere in that $30 to $40 range. And make it compatible with the 3DS, obviously, so that you have your achievements for your 3DS games and all of that funnels into one account. That would be awesome. That's something I wish that they would have done with the Wii, but they didn't. I'm not going to fault them for it, because they didn't need to do it. I mean, they don't need to do it with the Wii U, but at the same time, it's a nice incentive. It makes you want to play the games more. Like, and plus achievement hunters, oh my gosh. they would be picking up the console because they know they could get extra stuff out of doing it. Oh, man. Let me just think about it. It would be awesome to do that. It would really be something special. That way, your points aren't useless. Like, yeah, keep a total of how many points you have earned throughout the lifetime of the game, a lifetime of your Club Nintendo account, and then keep track of how many you have in there. That way, you keep it, like, you can do like certain status levels for a certain number of points total lifetime you have on your Club Nintendo account. Sort of like what Microsoft does with Xbox Live Rewards, but this would be better because the points would be usable, they'd be spendable, they'd be a currency. I don't know, maybe I'm overthinking it, maybe I'm reaching too far with this. But it's just like when he said that was one thing that stood out to me. I mean, I also would love to see Nintendo bring back the Dream Team mentality. They could do it. They could literally do it. They could go to all of the Japanese publishers and they could set this up right fucking now. Sorry, I got excited. So that slipped out. But they could do this right now and they're not. And I don't know. Maybe they're foreseeing something that I don't see yet. Because, I mean, we all have been talking about, well, not me particularly, but gamers in general have been talking about a possible gaming crash. I mean, and if it does happen, I don't see it being as bad as the first one. I see it happening in a subtle way. More or less like, you know, people have speculated more third-party studios will be dropping out of developing games, which will suck. Because in my mind, especially with the Japanese developers, they bring unique games to the table. Well, they're not all unique completely, but they're unique in and of themselves. I don't know, it's just like, if they did it, they could make a lot of money off of it. Especially what he had suggested about, you know, doing a team for like sports, specific team for like shooters and things like that. Yeah, Nintendo first party doesn't do that, but make a strong alliance with some third party developers, and make it like a second party thing. Man, they could run fucking circles around everyone if they did it right. And that's the bad thing is Nintendo has the potential to make these things happen. They have the capital to make these things happen, but they're not doing it. So, I mean, we'll see. We'll see. I would love to see the Dream Team come back. I mean, yeah, it fell on Rare and Nintendo to uphold that. But you know what? We got some pretty good games out of it back then during the 64 era, leading into the GameCube era. And again, try to strengthen those relationships with third-party developers that are a little bit iffy about you. Bethesda, as much as I like their games, they have a level of arrogance about them that I really don't care for. I mean, it's different to be arrogant when you do everything right, or pretty much a majority of the things that you do right. They put out Elder Scrolls games that are buggy as all hell that the fans have to fix. They don't even do it themselves. So, I mean, with the exception of Skyrim PS3, because they had to do that on their own. They were forced to. Like, but I've already decided once I build my PC, I'm getting Skyrim on PC for the mods, the stuff that the fans made. I'm not really worried about, all the stuff that's thrown together for the home consoles. I mean, I might pick it up either way for my 360 just because I've wanted it for a while. I just haven't dedicated myself enough to pick it up. Because I still got a lot of games I really need to play and actually beat. Some from like the beginning of the 360 on up. But whatever. I'm getting off subject here. Oh man. Nintendo, as a fan, a longtime fan who's been playing your games since I was 2 years old. You guys, come on. You have to make that move. Dream Team and like Mizzah Tee said, Nintendo Network Squared. That's actually a brilliant name for it as well. Like, so they don't even need to name it. Like, they've already been given the name. Oh man. I think you guys just need to jump on this. Jump on it, do it, get it out there. And reimagine, yes, do that. And a lot of people have suggested the subscription service for the virtual console. I was a bit iffy about that. I mean, I would like to see it because then then that way you don't have to download them to your console, just stream the games. But at the same time, Nintendo would need a really large network to do that. Which, yes, that obviously it would pay for itself at that point. But how much would they have to charge for that is what I would think. Because that type of service, because they're all older games, they're all retro games. A lot of them good, but they're all older games. And actually, to be truthful, most of the games that I would want to play on those consoles, like on the Super Nintendo and the Genesis, and all, I have those games. I already have them on those consoles because I don't get rid of my stuff. I'm a collector. No, I will say my Super Nintendo finally died on me after so many years. I can't play anymore. I have to get another one. But yeah, that's where I'm sitting with that. I have to get myself another Super Nintendo. But you got a lot of avenues you can take Nintendo. Like I said, anybody has not checked out my video about the untapped potential of the Wii U, you should really watch it. I mean, if I got Zen talking about how good it was and he might do a video based on that, he's feeling a little inspired by that, that makes me feel good because I look to his videos as kind of like, not necessarily doing the production values, but I want thought-provoking on a similar level as to what he does. I mean, I'm still new to this, so I'm just throwing out content as much as I can, when I can. And this video is not even going to get a proper introduction or closing. It's just going to be put up because I'm recording from my phone, and I'm just going to be like, you know what, throw it up online. Because it was a thought that I had while I was going to work, so... But thank you for listening. Keep your eyes and ears out for more of my stuff. And until the next time, enjoy your games.